What does he have to do to kind of take over step of that?
Travis, he just got to take advantage of his opportunities and keep learning. You know, he's a young player. Obviously, you can see the talent. But again, you know, he's not the only player we have. You know, there's a lot of water that goes under the bridge, and he's got to put the work in, and he's got to be be a dependable, trustable, accountable, every down type of a player and then take advantage of his opportunities. You know, that's the big thing I tell guys. I mean, whether you play 10 plays, you play 50 plays, how'd you do? You know, you want more plays. Well, how about let's do a good job with the plays you got? All right, you know, if you played 5 plays and you had 1 plus, and you want more plays, that's not the way to go. You know, so that's at every position. So whatever opportunity you get, you got to take advantage of it. And I think Travis has done that. Outside of, you know, he's got to settle down a little bit on the kick return. You know, that's just a matter of just nerves, young guy, because he's got excellent hands, and he's done a great job in practice. That's why we put him back there, and he just got to take it to the game. And you know, his ability to run the ball. I mean, it was an inside zone call the other night, and you know, he didn't even run where he was supposed to run, but he just bounced it, and that's how he is. He runs with desperation every single play, and that's what you love about him. He's got that big play capability, but you got to be a down in, down out type of a guy. So just continuing to learn the system and put his work in and compete, because he's competing with some really good players at that position. All have made great contributions for us.
How do you manage the nerves of those guys not only trying to be in competition, but also to make sure that they stay composed throughout, you know, when they're on the field and when they're called upon?
Well, you just talked. This is like the other night, you know. I mean, that's the first thing I did was go over. I wasn't going to go over and yell at him. I mean, he's a true freshman. I was like, hey, listen, you better go over there and catch your breath, because you're going right back in. All right, so let's get your act together and settle down. It's just football. All right, it's not any different. And that's just a young guy getting distracted, you know, by stuff that shouldn't have anything to do with his performance. It's just a young guy. You got to put him in. You got to let him grow through it and show some confidence in him. That's really it. Talk to him about it. Try to prepare him, and then experience. You know, now he's been on the road. He's been in an environment. He's had a little success. He's made some mistakes, and so you just grow through it. That's really all you can do.
In the running back competition, how important is it the things that they do when the ball's not in their hands?
It's very important. I mean, it's just like a receiver. I've coached receivers my whole life, and I used to just infuriate me. A receiver had 3 great catches and a touchdown, and everybody's high-fiving him after the game. And then I grade the tape, and he played 50 plays, and he played awful without the ball. You know, but everybody thinks he played this great game, and you know, because those are the only 3 plays that count, and that's not how it works. Every play matters. You know, every play. How you play without the ball is more important than how you play with it. So I mean, everybody can you know, play when the stands are full. That's kind of like, but what are you doing when nobody's watching? How you work in the off season? It's the same thing. I mean, you have to be a complete player and a committed guy. You can't just show up on game day and say, all right, I'm ready to play. I'm really ready to go. But yet be that guy that didn't show up, didn't do what he's supposed to do. He's on the academic reports. He's not, you know, it all matters. At least it does here anyway. So it's very important to be a complete player. When you're a skilled guy, you're a running back, you're a tight end, you're a receiver. It's to me much more important what you do without the ball, because we want complete players, and you know, our guys buy into that. I mean, you saw those 2 long runs the other night. It was a great run by Travis, but an awesome block by T. Higgins downfield. A long run by Adam Choice, great run by Adam Choice. Great blocks on the second level, DeAndre Overton downfield. Those things matter big time to me. How do you respond when things don't go well? You know, maybe there was an interception. Did you bust your butt to go make the play? little things that make a difference in the game.
As Travis and T and Amari and some of the younger guys get more opportunities, do you feel like this offense still has a ways to go as far as how good it can be this year?
Oh yeah, we got a long way to go. All those guys are just part of it. We're just an offense. It's all of them. It's not Dion. It's not Ray. It's not Renfro. It's not Adam or Fuller or Travis. It's not Tavian. It's not any. It's just one. It's just a Clemson offense, and we as a group we have a lot of room for improvement. There's a lot of things that we got to do to get better. As if we're going to be great, if we want to work through our goals right there, we gotta get better. And that's been the great thing about this week. You win a big game, it's awesome, you feel good about it, and then you watch the tape and you go, "Dadgummit, man, we got to fix this. We got a lot of work to do." And the guys are very coachable. They see the same things too, so it's not like we're making stuff up. We got a lot of room for improvement in all areas.
Coach, not a lot of talk in the offseason about replacing a 2-year starter in Guillermo. How pleased are you with how Falcinelli's done, especially coming off his first road start?
I'm really proud of him. He's one of the MVPs of this season so far. After 3 games, he's one of those guys that you thought he'd go play well. I saw enough of him last year. He got enough experience to where I'm like, this kid's a good player. Robbie's 2 years ago, before he even knew he could be a good player, Robbie was, this guy could be a great player. But he just, had to kind of go through the process and grow and get there. And I'm just really proud of him. He's done an awesome job. He's really settled us down. He's directed traffic. We didn't have any issues the other night on the road in that environment. You come out here, you play Auburn in a night game and all the energy associated with that, and you don't even notice him. He's really done a great job. So I'm really proud of him. He's our captain this week. He's one of them, and he's earned that.
You speak to that. He was a little confused when coaches challenged him to mature over the offseason because he felt like he always sort of had that. What did you guys see that maybe he didn't initially?
Just work ethic. That's part of the issue, is we weren't on the same page. What he thought and what the coaches thought, not the same thing. And just maturity of consistency and how you practice every day, how you handle yourself in meetings, attention to detail, just energy, just playing fast every play, playing without the ball, taking as much pride without the ball. A classic example, what we just talked about earlier. And just knowing how hard you got to work to be elite. And I think, again, that's just part of a guy maturing and growing. And then, he battled through some injuries too. He had a couple injuries his first couple of years around here, but just focus, consistency. Being a consistent performer week in and week out. That's been the thing with him. And that's one of the reasons I'm really, really proud of him is he had a great spring. He had an awesome fall camp. He's had a great 3 games. He's kind of becoming that consistent performer, but it's coming through consistent preparation. It's just coming through just better practice habits. And at times I would agree he was awesome, but just the consistency, the day in, day out, being able to truly maintain and stay focused on what it takes to be great. And he's done a heck of a job, man. He really is playing at a high level. He's become a much better receiver. That's the other thing. He wanted to just be an athlete and just outrun people and you have to have technique at this level. You have to buy into being a mature route runner. And you saw that the other night in him. He's really become an excellent route runner. His release technique is, because he's got great feet, great speed, great change of direction. He's through the roof. But now when you put really good technique with that, you've got a chance to be pretty special. He's worked really, really hard on his timing with the quarterbacks, and finishing plays, ball security, things like that. So, and then the return game, taking pride in being a specialist. He's worked really hard. He's accepted the challenge there. And so I'm really proud of him. I think he's on his way to having an awesome year for us. And my challenge to him is to be a guy that I know exactly what I'm going to get every week. When I lay my head down, I know exactly what I'm going to get out of you. How you're going to practice, how you're going to meet, how you're going to handle yourself in every area. Because he's a great person. He's one of the nicest kids on our team, and he always has been. He's never been he's not a bad guy or anything like that. I just think it's always came easy to him. He's one of those guys, just everything always came easy to him. And he didn't play receiver, played running back. That's another thing I love about him. The kid ran the power 25 times a game. They don't get tougher than Ray Ray. He thinks he's 6'4", 220. He really does. He has that type of mentality. I love that. He is tough as they come. But he just had a lot to learn about football and defense and route running and just being a receiver. If it's really what you want to do, well, let's be great at it. Let's just don't go out and try to out-athlete people. And so just getting the mindset that it takes and the maturity has been fun to see take shape with him, and I think he's on his way to heck of a year for us.
Coach, 3 games in, talk about Kelly Bryant. Everyone keeps putting the test question, is he going to pass this test?